Welcome, this is Carrie Schell from On Point Quilter. Last week I shared with you how to take a block from BlockBase Plus and create a personalized quilt in Electric Quilt. This week I'm going back to BlockBase Plus and I'm going to export the templates and use my Cricut Maker to cut out all of my patches. So under BlockBase Plus, let's do a search. Let's enter Brackman ID and type in 2898 and select search. Here we can see the Magic Cross block, and within that there is an option for export. Now we can select the export type, so I'm going to select as SVG file. Then I need to set the finished block size, and I want 6 inches, which actually is the default block size, so no need to change that. If I want to bring the patches into a cutting system with seam allowances, select the Export Block Templates. Under the SVG template options, set your seam allowance. I'm using 1/4 inch. And then I'm going to select Export All Templates. Because I'm going to cut the fabric on with right sides up, I want mirroring to be off. And then I will select Export. Now this is going to take me to my BlockBase Plus images, and I'm going to label this 2898 Magic Cross Templates and select Save. I've opened Cricut Design Space, and I am going to select New Project. Then I will select Upload, select Upload Image, and then select Browse. Navigate to My BlockBase Plus Images, select the Magic Cross Templates, and select Open. Now it says there's some text elements. Go ahead and just select Continue. And under Tags, I'm just going to note that these are BlockBase Plus and select Upload. Then I'm going to select the templates and select Insert Images. Zoom out by selecting the minus in the lower left corner. Anytime we bring templates into a cutting system, we want to verify that the sizing is correct. Electric Quilt has a 1-inch test square to help us with that. Since everything is grouped together, we're going to start by selecting Ungroup, and then we're going to select the test square, and we can confirm that it is 1 by 1. Don't worry about the 0.011. That is too small to make any modifications. Select the test square and select Delete. Next, we're going to take a look at a picture of our block, and we're going to recolor the patches based on the fabrics that we would like to use. We will also adjust the rotation if we want it cut somewhat different than the orientation of the templates. We can click on a template and then drag the arrow in the corner, similar to how we rotate in EQ, to change the rotation. For the 1/4 square triangles, the orientation looks good and will keep the straight grain on the outside of the block. However, I am going to flip some of them because I want to make the best use of my fabric for cutting. With the template selected, select Flip followed by Vertical. Let's repeat for a group of 4 1/4 square triangles. For the smaller 1/2 square triangles, the orientation also looks correct, but we want to do some flip or rotates so we can have them better nest together. Next, I will isolate 2 pieces, and these are actually the white pieces on the outside corners. And I'm going to go ahead, and after I do the flips on those, I'm going to change the coloring to a gray to differentiate them. Next, I will work on the dark teal, and I did decide to adjust the orientation of the 1/4 square triangles but I was okay with the orientation of the two small half square triangles for the corner. Then I'm going to drag a box and select the patches and change the color to a dark blue. When dragging a box, anything that we touch with the box will be selected. Next, I will position and recolor the light teal templates. Select Save, and let's label this Magic Cross Templates. And I'm also going to check that I want it available in my Electric Quilt projects, and select Save. To keep the pieces together to save on fabric, I'm going to select the groups of 4 and select Attach. And remember that anything you touch will be selected in a group. Let me finish up attaching each of the other fabrics. Then select Make It, and let's change the number of project copies to 3 because we have 3 blocks, and select Apply. Since it printed the first fabrics on 2 different mats, I'm going to see if I can consolidate. So I'll select the second mat, select the 3 dots, select Move Object, and then select the first mat, and select Confirm. On a mat, we are also able to move and rotate. However, when we do move and rotate, we have to move an entire attached group together. Let's also move that last set of patches over. Once the placements are complete, select Continue, and then you're going to want to connect up your machine. Then you're going to set your base material, and I'm going to select cotton. If you have not yet set cotton in your favorites, go ahead and find it under Browse All Materials. Then I will need to put in the appropriate blade, which I want to use the rotary cutting blade, and I want to load the mat, and I will press Go. Okay, I've set up my Cricut machine, and one of the things I want to do is switch to the rotary cutter blade, which is absolutely my favorite for working with fabric. And I will just put that in the clamp. And then I'm going to cut a 12-inch piece of fabric, and I did a little bit over. I don't think that really matters. And I'm going to put that in the machine, and I'm going to press the load button. And then I will press Go. Then I will press the eject button, and I can pull away the scrap fabric, and sometimes there will be some small pieces that still might be connected, particularly in the bad parts of my mat, and for those I will just either pull those threads or use a small pair of scissors to separate those. And I will pull each of the patches away and sort them by color. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I used the SVG templates from BlockBase Plus to import into my Cricut design space and use my Cricut Maker for cutting out all of my patches.